And so we are saying we sent you that client on purpose because we wanted you to understand the significance of self-healing. When children are mirroring their parents' emotions, they carry on the weight of their parents' hurt. And it is why you chose to come here. You choose your parents on purpose because you are trying to help them to find their way back. Lots of them are stuck so far in the density, and they knew that they were going to need help. And so you made the agreement on the other side to help each other, to find your way back to the light. And the problem that we see is that as the children come in, they also get stuck in the density, and they are mirroring their parents' hurt and sadness and grief and anger and all of the ranges of emotions. And as the children grow up, they fall further and further from the light themselves. And so they take on that battle of helping themselves and helping the parents. And as they grow up to be adults themselves, they grow resentment to their parents. And we are seeing that this is very detrimental to the relationship because the parents themselves have so much density from their childhood, and now they are also feeling the density from their children, and so it's a double whammy for them, and they are suffering so much. The judgment that the children put on the parents is so heavy that they use lots of drugs, alcohol, anything that they can find to numb themselves because it's so heavy. It is so heavy for themselves from their childhood trauma. But then the children are putting on that extra baggage and they just are not able to handle it. And so we're saying the children need to do their own inner work. You chose your parents to help them find their way back. And so you have to heal this sadness and anger and resentment and frustration and all of those ranges of emotions that you were mirroring from your parents' pain. And once you realize from a higher perspective that they are the ones broken and they did the best that they could to get you where you are, they only did it out of love. That was their way of showing love because that is the only way that they knew how. They were trying to push you to help them, but in turn you took it as their range of emotion mirrored onto the child, and the child is carrying the baggage for both. So heal self now from all of that. It is easier for you because it is not your baggage. A lot of the children are suffering from the love that they are longing for, but that is something that you have to find and realize that they did the best that they could. And so when you learn to heal yourself, when you learn to dig deep and see the hurt of the parent and realize it's just a mirror of emotions and release that emotion tied to that hurt from growing up, when you realize it was their emotions that you were carrying, that healed version of self will then lighten the load for the parent. And the parent can look at the child and realize that they are healed and want what they have, which is why you came here. The children came here to be the light to help the parents. It's why you volunteered. It's why you're here to help. So in doing your work, to do your inner work and find that healing and being able to release all those emotions that were mirrored, that were not yours to take on to begin with, when you realize and see it from a higher perspective and do that healing, you're then able to release that and release them so that they then can reevaluate that those emotions that they are feeling is lighter. It's a lighter load for them because they're not feeling your judgment. And when the parents can then realize that the heaviness is actually now lighter, then they can release and dig deep and figure out what those emotions truly are for themselves without having to deal with the judgment and all of the other emotions that they're getting from their children. And this is very significant. This is the purpose of a lot of the children that chose the parents that they did, that had the hard lives. You came here to help them, to remind them of the light, of the love that they deserve. And so by healing yourself, by tapping into that version and realizing that you are the light. You are here to help heal self, to then heal others. It's so important at this time. It's so significant for you to be feeling these ranges of emotions, to be able to dig deep in self and heal self from all of the wounds and realize majority of your emotions are mirrored emotions from others because you chose to be the light for them. And when you realize that those emotions are not your emotions, you can release them because they are just mirrored emotions to help so many in the family that you chose at this time. And you don't realize by you releasing those emotions and judgment on others, those others that you are mirroring those emotions to will now be able to heal. So allow that healing for them. Heal yourself for them, to release them, to help them grow. It's so significant at this time, and it's important for you to understand that it is time for you to completely heal, to release the mirrored emotions that you have been feeling into, and know that you are loved. You do not need to seek outside validation of love. Love is within. Love is from us. We've always been here guiding you, protecting you. And we are always here, just like for each and every single one of you. Everyone has their own team, pushing, guiding, loving, and allowing the connection within, if you would just go within. And listen to us, listen to our guidance. We are trying to push you and help you to heal self. It is very, very important at this time to release the density that you're taking on from so many, and that was not the intention of the job. Release it and realize that these emotions that you're trapping and pushing down and trying to deal with at this time are not even your emotions to handle. So go within and realize where these emotions are coming from. Release it now. It's not yours. Allow the healing so that you can allow the others to heal. The judgment itself of all of those childhood traumatic memories, those emotions that are put back on them, is so heavy. It's so unbearable. And now you can see the perspective. It's about releasing, letting go of all of those emotions. When those emotions are not yours, and when you realize that hurt people, your parents were there to hopefully heal. And whenever they couldn't heal, they projected their emotions on you. And then it just made it such a hard family relationship for you to be able to see past. And once you realize those are mirrored emotions, to allow them to heal, remove the judgment, and then watch them heal. It's so much easier, it's so much lighter for them, and then they want to heal. So do this now, and know that we are there guiding you and helping you, and just ask when you need guidance. We love you so much.